Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg. Pete ran for the DNC chair. I saw him running. I was like, who's this guy? Ugh. Boring. And I just figured he had a weird name. Why should I learn it? You know? I don't want to learn his name. Why should I? He's not saying anything. I was watching the DNC chair debates or whatever, and I was watching Pete talk. And I was listening, trying to listen. I was trying to listen. And I just, whole time he was talking, I was just, wow. This guy isn't saying shit. I was calling up my friends, man. Yo, dog. What's up, fam? How you doing, man? Yo, what's up? Dog, I'm watching the DNC debates, man. Democratic National Committee, man. Man, come on, man. Listen, man. No, go ahead. He asked me, was I high? No, man, I'm watching it. Hey, look, listen. It's a white dude on there. His name is Booty something. His name is Booty, right? And he ain't saying shit, dog. His mouth is moving, but no words are coming out, but they don't mean any. You got to go? All right. Peace. There was a woman who ran against him as well, right? Black woman, I forget her name. She ended up being a Hillary supporter or something. Horrible choice. I don't know why she chose to do that. I guess she needed a job, or I don't know what's wrong with her. But anyway, she said something recently about Pete Buttigieg. She said, when I was running against Pete Buttigieg, he would lie a lot. And I asked him one time, I said, Pete, why you lie like that? He said, what good is telling the truth if you lose? To prove it, here goes a clip of Pete lying like a rug.
So,
good to be with you. Thanks for having me.
Mayor Pete, I'm wondering, I'm going to start out with a question about this fundraising email that I'm looking at right now that came from your campaign. It's actually from your deputy campaign manager, which says a lot of things, but also this. Bernie Sanders performs the worst against President Trump compared to all major candidates. So I guess my question to you is, how so?
Well, we've seen polling data come back showing that I would be the best candidate to take on Donald Trump. And I think one of the things that many voters I have encountered on the trail have in common, by the way, not just true blue Democrats, but independents and a lot of Republicans who are sick of this president. The big thing that so many folks have in common is the importance of defeating this president. Now, that's not just about ideology. It's about a lot of things. What we know for sure is we're not going to be able to beat Donald Trump by recycling the same political mindset that brought us to this point. What I'm offering is something completely different, and I'm insisting that what it takes to govern is also what it's going to take to win. I'm the best candidate to do that, to turn the page, to move us into a different future. And that's such a priority right now, knowing that this is our one shot, our only shot to defeat this president.
Mayor Buttigieg, it's Willie Geist. It's good to see you this morning. We've been talking about some polling out this morning that has a tight cluster of you all in the state of Iowa from poll to poll between Senator Sanders, Vice President Biden, you, Elizabeth Warren is there too. It could be any four of you, really. Amy Klobuchar had one good poll yesterday as well. So what's the separation point for you? You've been in Iowa a lot. You've talked to a lot of people. You've been to a lot of VFW halls. What is going to separate you, a young mayor from South Bend, Indiana, from Senator Sanders or someone as established as the former vice president of the United States?
Well, I think, again, it's the opportunity to turn the page, and it's the imperative to win. Remember, in the last half century, every single time the Democratic Party has captured the White House, certain things have been true about the nominee, without exception. It's been somebody who's new on the national scene, hasn't run for president before, does not have an office in Washington or hasn't had it for very long, and is opening the door to a new generation of leadership. That has been true 100% of the time when we've won. So we need to think about that in order to be sure that we defeat Donald Trump. And the great thing about that is that means turning the page and moving to the future for the purpose of governing is not only compatible with winning, it's the best strategy.
Pete Buttigieg is a liar, okay? That's what he is. He's a liar, guys. I've been scouring the internet to locate polls that show that he beats Bernie against Trump. I cannot find that poll. What I have found are polls that tell an opposite story. They tell the story of a mayor of a small Midwestern town who don't have a shot in hell Here goes. Here we go. Here we go.
What are we going to do about climate change? Now,
So
Good to be with you.
Shut up. Now, this is the ABC poll, okay? ABC poll tested Trump in the 6 potential general election matchups and finds that registered voters nationwide are split between supporting the president and backing the Democratic candidates. If you can see, there's not really an advantage too much because everything's within the 4% margin of error. But we see here Trump at 46, Biden at 50, Trump at 47, Bernie at 49, Bloomberg at 46, no, Trump at 46, Bloomberg at 49, Amy Klobuchar at 47, Trump's in the red, I'm sorry, Trump's in the red. So Trump 47, Klobuchar 48, Elizabeth Warren tied with Trump, and Pete Buttigieg, the only one trailing Trump is Pete. Okay? That's what we see here. But it's still within the margin of error. But it's disingenuous as hell for him to make that claim. Here goes another poll. That's just one poll, Tim. Show me the other poll, Tim Black. Okay, here goes one. ABC Langer. ABC News Langer Research Associates poll released Monday found Trump trailing the top 2020 Democratic contenders. Okay? As you can see here, Bloomberg, Trump. Sanders, Trump. Biden, Trump. Now, all three of these, Bloomberg is beating Trump 51-43, up 8 points. So just look at the differential column. Makes it easier, guys, to say anyway. Okay? Bloomberg's leading Trump by 8, Sanders by 8, Biden by 7, Warren by 5, Klobuchar by 5, Buttigieg by 1. Okay? So, once again, guys, this is another poll. I don't make the polls. I'm just telling you what the polls say. Pete Buttigieg just went on Morning Joe and said Sanders was doing horribly with it, the worst, which we don't see any evidence of that at all, and that he was doing the best, and we see no evidence of that at all. It would have been nice if Mika asked him which poll he was referring to, because I couldn't find a single solitary poll that showed Pete up. In fact, he was doing the worst of all the rest of the contenders. And remember, this is going to change. So, if Bernie wins Iowa, which I'm anticipating Iowa and New Hampshire for Bernie Sanders, but if it's some crazy idea he comes in second in either one of those races, he's going to get a bump out of that, folks. National bump out of that. Trump will not get a bump out of it. Trump is not going to get a bump out of anything. And if they stop talking about him so much, he'd be totally out of the news, Johnson. So I expect the Democrats to get more momentum. But I don't see Pete is getting any momentum from anywhere. Pete is going the wrong direction. I've been looking at polls that show Pete going the wrong direction right now. Him as well as Senator Elizabeth Warren. What's his rationale for why he'd be a better candidate against Donald Trump? I'm different. You need somebody different. He said different 3 times, Johnson. You know what he didn't say? Better. Smarter, more trustworthy, more excitement around my campaign, more grassroots, better policies, more for the people, more of a fighter, more experience, more anything. All he said was, I'm different. Now, guys, different doesn't necessarily mean you want it. That's not really a selling point. Don't you want something different? That's like if you get, it's like if you just had baked chicken all week. You might want something different to eat for dinner. But that's not the leader of the free world, the leader of the United States, the leading criteria is not different. Oh, we want somebody different. I mean, Kanye West would be different. Tyler, the Creator, would be different. Nicole Simpson would be different. Brad Pitt would be different. Vin Diesel would be different. A lot of people would be different. Hell, Sarah Palin would have been different, but would she have been better? Would she have been a good president? Does anyone trust her? Would anyone get behind her? Could she win? No! Pete is a double-speaking cyborg. And people don't get behind that. I know people want to feel good. You want to prove you're not homophobic? Great. Go do something else like, I don't know, be friends with a gay person. Yeah, hang out with them. Learn some skills. Learn about other people's lifestyles. I don't know. Read a book. Listen to programs. Understand how they've been marginalized as a people. Unfairly, by the way. But you don't elect a guy because he's gay. How you going to make my life better, Pete? How you going to make my kids' lives better, Pete? How you going to make my neighbors' lives better, Pete? How you going to make the people I don't know lives better? How you going to make the world better? How are your policies going to be better for all of us? How you going to make the planet more durable, Pete? How you going to clean the air, clean the water, Pete? How you going to end the wars, Pete? How you going to end mass incarceration, Pete? How you going to reverse the income inequality, Pete? These are the questions you need to be answering. Then Mika and Joe need to be asking. You too, Willie. If you're gonna get an opportunity to interview somebody, maybe you should answer a question that's actually valuable. Or what do you think about this? Or what do you think about this? An unimportant question that's so open-ended it doesn't mean shit when you answer it. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll just talk about anything for about 3 minutes and then we can just go to commercial. What do you think about that, Willie? Okay, cool, man. Shit. Sounds good to me, man. Glad you came through. See you at the wine cave. You know, identity politics. You know, I don't like when people just say identity. You know, get something for your vote. You want to feel like you're being nice, a good person. Go literally be a good person. Like, go do something that's good. Go volunteer. Go feed the homeless, clothe the homeless, foster a cat or a stray dog. I don't know, plant a tree. You know, there's a lot of good, cool, interesting, helpful things you can do. Donate to, Puerto Rico. You know, it's a lot of great things you could do. It's a lot of good things you could do. But what you should not do is base your vote on trying to do something good for marginalized communities, because it doesn't matter if they are just as horrible as the other jackasses that are marginalizing us. And that goes for blacks, Latinos, Asians, Native Americans, gay, straight, trans, doesn't matter. All right? And then when people get mad at you, your dumb, super woke friends with the man buns in the back of their head, or the white feminist, annoying assholes, right? When they do that, people start talking, intersectionality of you need to wake up and you don't understand it. Sis, this is when they do that. Tell them Tim Black said, kiss his white ass and his black ass and his Latino ass and his Asian ass and his Native American ass. Kiss all the asses available to them. All of them simultaneously. Because you are not helping. You're part of the problem.